OMG, OMG, OMG. Okay, I'm sorry, it was me acting like a dumbass. But yeah. Apparently, the latest news going on in the PR community is essentially this big rumor, and I'm saying it's a rumor because, in my opinion, nothing's been confirmed. Um, Riders, Rangers, and Rebels. I think they said it was confirmed. If you know their website, people, the reviewers Shudikin Shinobi, Dawson Rider, and Jedimon 2005, I think his name is. They own their own website about Toku, like Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and Super Sentai. Well, if you go to their website, apparently in the latest news threads, I think it might be a day or two old. I'm not sure. There's apparently an article about three supposed episodes of Samurai, and that would be I think it's a Halloween special. I'm not sure. There's a Christmas special, and the one that really caught my eye is the title Clash of the Red Rangers. And apparently, rumor has it, and I'm still saying it's just a rumor, I could be wrong, there could be confirmation, that because they have stock footage of, like, the Shinkenja versus Goenja movie, they could just use that. Or, Saban is, he's a cheap bastard, but he'll probably do that. Which I have no problem with. I've seen parts of the Shinkenja Goenja movie. It's pretty good. I wonder if they're going to copy and paste the plot, with the whole, apparently, go on black. Apparently, peeping in the bathhouse. I wonder if they're going to keep that. Be interesting if they did. It would say a lot about Dylan. Nah, I'm just kidding. I wonder if they're going to go to, like, the Edo era. I don't know. But, apparently, this would also explain the tenacity of RPM. Apparently, it would be like, for one, is RPM going to come from the future? Or, like, another description of it would be from their own dimension. So now, this would explain the tenacity of RPM, and that RPM did happen, just in an alternate universe. And I personally have no problem with that, because it's hard to say whether or not RPM is canon. I mean, you watch RPM, you'll know it's very hard to consider it canon. Now, I would consider it canon within the original PR timeline if Samurai did not come after that. The initial theory of RPM was, when Samurai was announced, was, what's this going to do for RPM? So everybody thought, okay, well, RPM takes place after Samurai, or ever long in the future it is. But I think the alternate universe would also be a good description for why we don't see a higher tech society in RPM, because in RPM it looks like it looks like it is 2009. And everybody keeps saying, well, it's after SPD. I don't see it being after SPD. I mean, you could think that, but I don't see it. And this would actually explain things a little bit better. Being in their own little canacity and their own little timeline. It'd be pretty cool. Now, I personally want to see the RPM actors come back because they were by far some of the best actors in Power Ranger history. I mean, I have people and family and friends tell me, oh, there's no good actors in Power Rangers. They're wearing spandex suits, acting, obviously isn't their forte. They can't get a job doing anything else. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Watch RPM. That was a kick-ass show. Plot was serious. Characters were complex, most of them. And like I said, the acting was really good and the story was pretty solid. Now we get into what I'm really worried about, because as you know, the acting with Samurai is really, really bad. And the RPM actors are really, really good because they actually have acting experience. Most of them are actors in New Zealand and Australia. I know Dylan's actor is Australian. He's like a soap opera actor, but he's a really good actor nonetheless. So I have no beef with him. Like I said, the thing I'm worried about is it's one of two things, and I hope the first one happens. The acting difference, the acting skill is really, really going to show because, like I said, the RPM actors have experience, and the Samurai actors, other than Antonio, as far as I know, the original five really aren't that great. And the acting skill is definitely going to show. Now, I think I'm really scared. This is the second thing I'm scared about, and I hope the first one happens. Because I'm sorry, when you have a show or two different in a crossover, two different casts of actors, and one cast is better than the other. I mean, I want the RPM cast to act good. I don't want them to act shitty, which is the reason why I'm scared for the second reason. And I'm hoping they don't do this. And I think it would be an insult to the RPM cast. And I'm saying if this crossover happens. I hope to God they don't make him act as shitty as the Samurai cast. Like the director's like, oh shit, there's too much of an acting gap. We gotta make them act the same. I would be so fucking pissed off. And I think, and this is all resumed from Saban being cheap and not wanting to hire good actors. I mean, guys, let's face it, Saban is cheap. Okay? I mean, I hear these fanboys go off on how great the Saban era was, how great Saban was. Yes, the Saban era was good, but when you look at it from a technical standpoint, Saban was a cheap bastard. I'm sorry, he was. And this is what I'm afraid of. I love RPM. I love RPM. It is, right next to Time Force, it is my favorite season. And in space. RPM, Time Force, and In Space. Not necessarily in that order, but those three are my top favorite seasons of PR ever. And I really, really hope they don't butcher them. Now, here's things I am looking forward to instead of being negative. I'm looking forward to, of course, seeing the RPM cast come back. I'm looking forward to them, the writers, actually working with the whole thing with Venjix surviving, because when that was written, there was not going to be Samurai. Saban hadn't bought it back yet, so I'm really wanting to see Venjix come back and just the RPM cast come back and kick ass, and I'm really looking forward to Ziggy. I'm sorry, I love Ziggy. I love Dylan. I love Summer and Flynn. God, I love Flynn. He's Scottish, don't forget. And I love Scott. That they are just, I really just am looking forward to how they work this out, and I'm hoping that the plot is solid and not just a carbon copy of a Shinkenja Goanja movie. I wouldn't necessarily mind that, but I don't think it will be. So I don't know if it's going to be a two-parter. I don't know if it's going to be a one-parter. I hope it's at least a 2 or 3-parter because they got a lot of footage to work with, and they could really do something with it. So that's my initial thoughts right there. Rate, comment, subscribe. Leave a video response to what you think. This is Gundam 4. God bless, and I'll see you guys later.